on, and then now we're doing critiques. That way it splits the video up nicely for you guys on YouTube. Okay, so this is from Face Melt. Super, super cool. I'd be curious to see the references that you were looking at when you were doing this. The only thing I think I would say, and it might just be more stylistic choice, is adding some key highlights at areas that maybe you want to draw focus to. But yeah, this is cool. I'm not even gonna paint on this. It's awesome. It's the awesome sauce. Perspective lines look pretty nice. I mean, it looks like maybe you're using a brush to do your perspective lines. I like how they're all in like one image as well. Like you're just like sitting there sketching. Yeah, this is cool. Perspective's getting a little weird here, but that might just be my lack of ability on perspective. I don't know. Super cool though. I look forward to seeing more of these. Okay, let's see what else we got here. So we got Connor Whitstone. It's funny, Whitstone making stone. So this is his substance brick material. And I was looking at it earlier and I was trying to figure out, because something was off about it. I think we need the Epic pen. We need the Epic pen. Hey, thanks for the follow. Was it Tequila Shot? Dude, awesome. Awesome, dude. I freaking love tequila. And Louise. I'm gonna guess that's how you say it, Louise. Yeah. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for all of the support you guys are giving me. It means loads to me. What I'm doing now. Yeah, opinion. I'm getting to it. What I'm doing now is. This is like my favorite thing. I love streaming about art, talking about art, getting people discussing art, everyone trying to get better, sharing knowledge. It's intoxicating. Love it. So yeah, I had mentioned it earlier, and it's just doing a blur, or what do they call it? It's a shift. Forget the name of it. It's a directional warp. So essentially you're doing a directional warp. In the comments we had Curzone suggesting using a directional warp to essentially mask out certain bricks and then warp or essentially displace these where these cracks are happening, displace them off that way however much. And that does a ton for breaking up these patterns. Connor had also said that the reason these aren't breaking up very well when he does that is you tend to get even more of like a pattern forming. And I think the way to remedy that is to create, so these right now they're quite long, the cracks that are forming. Add some way to break them up so they're not as long. Maybe they're shorter, so they don't trail as much. Because right now, like, see how long that one is? Shortening them up will help you with that, and then also using the directional warp to just break those apart. How do you do the Discord? Can someone link him the Discord link? Oh, it's right above the. Yeah, just click that link and then join the Discord, and then post in the work in progress thread. But yeah, that's essentially how we could clean that up. I think maybe the grout or dirt that's in the background feels separated as well from the brick, and then maybe the size of these little details could scale down a bit, or maybe not be as strong. That way you can show a lot more emphasis on these chips. That chip as well might be a bit dark. This looks awesome. This is pretty cool as well. It's just again maybe a little too dark. But yeah, you can see like right here, the where the grout or the stuff between the bricks. I'm assuming this is on the ground, right? And you're just looking down, or this material will be used for the ground. So thinking about adding little rocks and sticks and stuff that are resting inside of there, and then having it, mainly because it's on the ground, it's going to build up. Having it build up so it's like I'm like trying to figure out how to visualize this best. Right now, from a side view, it's like the brick's doing this, and then it drops and then goes back up like that. And I'm thinking maybe it needs to be more like that, or even in some areas where it's coming up and then it's on the bricks a bit, especially in here. Like I would expect maybe this to fill up a bit with dirt, at least on the edges. Maybe a little rock here or there, little pebbles. Overall though, it's looking really good. But yeah, the cracks and then the grout in the background, I think you fix those and you're going to be in a really good spot. But yeah, cool. Let's look at the next. Look at the next image. This is the opening scene to an animation I'm doing. Trying to get volumetric working to my liking. All textures are placeholders at the moment. This is from Galen. Let's see here. Oh man, I hate how no. Okay, I'm gonna click this. Open image, a new tab. Yes, you can't beat me, internet. Am I Happa? I'm American, man. My blood runs red, white, and blue. Yeah, half Filipino, half like American. My mom's side is like goes, if you go back far enough, my mom's side's like German, Swedish, and my dad's Filipino, Spaniard. But born and raised in America. Okay, so this is looking pretty cool. Think about how these edges look, because right now they're quite straight, and obviously it might be because they're block out, but getting break up here to just get away from geometric edges. Figure out how this meets the ground, and a good way to make it terminate might be like a base, maybe some ropes tied around it that go off the side. You know, tell some stories, which would be really cool. This platform, right now you have a lot of darkness here. If you oh, actually, hang on here. I knew it. You guys couldn't see where I was drawing. This song is not nope. There we go. That's gonna work for me. Okay, zoomed out a little bit so you guys can see. So finding a way to terminate this best, maybe a base here with some rope that goes off the edge, or that goes around and then kind of falls off the edge there. Something to break up this edge here is going to be great. Wow, that line though. Hey, what's up, Harry? How you doing? Happa is love, Happa is life. Happa. Greetings from Germany. Awesome. I'm like, oh, I can't speak any German. It's like, oh, it's okay. Hello. So, yeah, breaking up edges like here. These edges here. If you could do something like, you know how like on a dock, I'm assuming that this is like a dock support area, mainly because of these things here. Doing things like you know, those big pieces of wood, the support beams, having those going down. Wow, drawing skills. Having those go down here. Oh man, this is killing me. Nope. Hang on. I'm trying to do this quickly so that I don't, you know, spend too much time. Ah, what? Oh, I see what happened. I'm gonna copy that. Copy. Okay. Get out of here, Epic Pen. I loves you, but you gotta go. Sprechen in Bish Dush. Dush. Nope. I can't believe I just did that in front of you guys. Gonna love it. That's going down in history. Okay, so Sprechen de Deutsch. So some wood beams here like this would be really helpful. Mainly because then you get stuff happening in here. You can do like cross beams that connect with the way that this connects, and you don't even have to have lighting down here. Just something where like now I can see these shapes and I can see that it's a silhouette, right? There's details that are hinting at more, and then finding a way to break this edge up so that it's not so flat. Like you can just like. Don't be afraid to make individual planks. I should do a Swedish stream. Nah, I don't know about that. Naytac, man, Naytac, bro. That will help you a lot. Figuring out how these terminate, which you can't see on the stream, down here. Looking at the way that these are smoothing is important. They're doing crazy things right now. Check your smoothing groups. And then check your dimensions on these guys because they feel a little tall. This thing is really cool. I'm curious. I want to see more. But also think about stuff that can go on this surface. Like you have I'll do this. You have the rope down here, right, that we were talking about. Maybe there's another support beam here. You need things to break up the edge. Maybe in the back you can hint at like support beams for the dock. If this is a dock. But yeah. Compositionally, right now it's very centered. Which might be okay if you're like moving forward and up. Yes, a Swedish speaking stream, please. I will actually, that would be super cool to get Robin on here to speak Swedish. And by Robin, I mean Fear War. Okay, let's go to the next one so we don't... hopefully that was helpful. That name, yes. Yes, I'm going to say yes. Oh, Paco, what is up? How you doing? Okay, we got Corey coming in here. Coming in hot. We're going to copy this image. We're going to bring it into Photoshop. Actually, maybe we can just zoom in here. So this is, high poly-wise, this is looking much better. Oh, come on, what is happening? Come on, Photoshop. Don't be a poop. When you're working on your high poly, all these hard edges, you can get away with beveling them or making them softer. I should do a stream where I just model something and then add details to it so that you get an idea for like what I'm talking about when I say beveling edges. And because like right now this feels very geometric, and you want to get away from like Like you can have that paneling. Screw it, we're doing it. Hang on here. It's 9:23. We can do this. Were you at Zen? Okay. So don't be afraid to float pieces. Actually, let's... Probably can't see it because of the wireframe. So another mesh container. So when you bevel this up, right now you're getting to about this point, and then the edges are hard. Let's bring this down so that let's assume you're snapping it to the face. There's a number of things you can do to make this piece not look like geometry. So there's, like, maybe this is the detail that the low poly will be. So if you want, you can duplicate it and save that in the background. Then go to your original. You can take things, maybe inset this like so. We go down and in like that. Refresh this. We'll keep making it hard edge so that it's imitating what's happening. So this is really geometric still, right? Let's say we're gonna do. Oh man, this is gonna get weird. Okay, so that's kind of what we're seeing right now. And you could make this the low poly mesh. And the other thing that you'll see is like when I smooth it, or it's kind of like turbo smooth in Max. Let me make sure. Welcome back, Justin. Later, Reeds. Keyshot. Ah, nice. Keyshot's pretty good. I mean, Marmoset's really nice if you have pre-rendered stuff. So we're looking at this piece, right? And how do we make this look more interesting? One way is you could take all the edges and bevel them, which sounds crazy, but even being the way that it is currently, doing that looks more interesting just because you can see the gradients that are happening inside of on all the edges. You get a subtle gradient. Let's try doing, so if we do the bevel even wider, now we're getting stuff that looks, I mean, that's cool. These shapes though, like you can see, these are very, like you can tell it's modeled, right? So you want to try and get away from as much of that as possible, which is difficult. I will admit, for sure, it is difficult. Let's do this. So now we're starting to get into maybe a shape that's a bit more interesting as far as being different from having a basic shape like this one. So we'll just paste that on top of there. So let's start doing stuff to this. So let's see here. You can do stuff like maybe bevel this. Oh man, yeah, now I'm starting to get all the errors that I commonly see. I'm like trying to model the way that I see you modeling. I'm gonna do some of this. I'm just gonna delete that. Undo that. Getting into concentration mode. Okay, so if I hit tab, I think in Maya it's like 1 through 3. We'll give you different bevels or smoothing amounts, turbo smooth amounts. So doing stuff like this, I'm essentially just adding edge loops where I think they could go to help tighten up edges that I need tighter. I just hit tab to get out of it when I don't need it. If I need more tightness, I can just kind of do that. If I need to, I can bring this down, and now that I have that edge, I can bevel this edge out. So if I bring, so you see the edges coming out, and then thicken it. Maybe I don't need to have it come out that much, but thicken that edge. And then doing something like, let me see what's happening actually on the, you'll go back and forth between these quite often, but the order in which you do these is going to be pretty important as well. Like you can see, because I've added this loop and this loop, you're going to want to add those later. And this is just one way of doing this. The way that Tor does it is really nice. And I can show you that here in a minute too, but that requires you to be using Modo usually. So adding support loops here is really going to help oops. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know how to explain it very well, but that already, minus the fact that I'm seeing some weird smoothing going on there, is more interesting than, see, like you could do this, move it over here, delete the opening there, kappa it, and do something like that, I guess. Scale that in. Whoa, I want to do that. Let's do this. There we go. We'll just cap that, and we'll move this over here. So you can do stuff like this. This is pretty, I'm not thinking too much about the design of stuff, so this is kind of hacky. Also, the density of the detail on those is pretty small. Like, you're not gonna see that in a bake, but like you can take that and yeah, that's interesting too. If you give the shape a direction, it's kind of cool. So I can emphasize that a bit more. So you start getting away from the geometric shape, and then you're good to go. Then it's just a matter of getting this type of information into your normals. So you are now off the rails. Got refill. What's up, man? So, yes. That's kind of how I would approach getting away from these to bring you back onto the rails. That's how I'd try and get away from these edges. Because right now these are really hard edged. You gotta be careful with those, because essentially that's what will cue into things looking like they're 3D instead of really high detailed meshes, even though you're baking them down and all that. Just some stuff to keep in mind. I'm gonna close this. So try and push your high poly to that type of detail. Don't worry about adding bolts and small things like that. You can handle that stuff later. It's just more or less being careful about these hard edges. I sound like I'm losing my voice. Yeah, Tor textures in Moto, which is pretty cool. It's how Matt did the texturing for his vehicle recently as well. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. Looks like we've got found an old radio in the garage that I've been trying to model, but I'm not sure how much polygons I can have on a close-up shot for low poly. So for the low poly, it's 75K right now. It feels like that's a bit high. Is it Migi or Migi? That's pretty high. That is super high, especially considering like making sure you pay attention to where you put your details is going to be really important. So where are we at here? Copy image. So with it being that high poly, there's definitely no reason that these edges should be so high or so low, so high. Right now it's very faceted, totally like double or triple up on the amount of these guys to try and give it more round shapes. Maybe exaggerate these edges more. Hang on here. I'm going to need to make a new. Exaggerate these edges just because if you're paying for that type of detail, either inset it more or push it out more, just so you're seeing what you're paying for. Looks like these guys could use like a bevel, just so that you notice that they're there, because right now it's really hard to see. And to have a corner point come in that tight, I would totally round those out if you can. Maybe even put like bolts that have like stamped through. Hang on, I'm reading chat. Or the work in progress thread. It's not 75K, it's 48K. Tops. So 3 to 5K object tops. Good to know, Fear. So Fear, I don't know if you'll see that in chat on the VOD if you're not here. But the yeah, you can make this asset in 3 to 5K for the low poly. And I'm gonna go with what Fear is saying. Fear knows. He knows all. There's a work in progress thread on the Discord. I don't know if I'll get to you because now you guys seem to be flooding with stuff. We'll see. But definitely pay attention to where things look low poly. Like these they're not attaching to anything right now. I need to see how those, even if it's just a rail that goes all the way through them. These edges are too sharp for it to be, I don't know, maybe I need to see your ref. The other thing too is this edge isn't deep enough or wide enough, so you'll be losing all of that information when you do a normal map bake. This is your first attempt? No worries, man. No worries. I'm just let me know if I get too intense. This stuff's awesome. Just because I'm getting to the point where I just now critique to point out all the problems. But yeah, I'm seeing it a little bit everywhere. I'll just keep drawing where these look awesome. These look like they should be round. Or if they're not round, these need to be beveled a bit wider. Maybe about twice what they are currently. That way you know that there's an edge there, but it's not an edge, right? These look like they could be round as well. It really depends on what it looks like though in real life. and then you're definitely going to need to spend some time on how all of this stuff is built into the box, because right now it's like there's like a panel here which is looking pretty cool, but like I guess this latches down. The way this collapses into itself, I bet these guys like push into the shapes currently. I'd actually be curious to see if you could close it, invert it, and see if it actually closes or if it starts collapsing on itself. Overall though, I really like the details. They just need to be pushed further. It's good stuff. It's an interesting object as well. What is it? It's a radio, you said? Alright, we got Curious Antics, which I'm going to add to community because he is in here now. You've got the community tag. Curious Antics. I put together assets to see what looks best in my low poly game. I like this one the most so far. Alright, first off, right off the bat, that tree is fucking cool. I don't... Yeah, low polys tend to not have small bevels, definitely. This is low poly with the intention of being low poly. I'm curious, so chat's quite delayed when it comes to me asking questions to chat, so I'm just going to say it and then I'll look to see if you say something in a little bit. Bevels equal chamfers and max, correct. So these shapes that are in here, the intentional beveling and stuff, I'm assuming that these would be the final assets, how they look, or how you're hoping they'll look. Where are we at here? So the tree is really cool. It feels like, hang on here. Is this color gonna stick out? No, it is not. Cool. Let's try this one, but bigger. So this tree is pretty cool. I really like the color gradation you've got going on. I need to do this on another layer. Yeah, I really like the color gradation you've got going on. Shape-wise, it feels like maybe those are a bit high as far as like when it ends. I have no idea how many likes it takes to get the largest thumbnail, Harry. I would expect maybe to have it widen out maybe more down here. Whoa, what is happening? Yeah, something like that. Just for the type of shape or the type of tree that you're working on. Super cool though. The other thing I would mention, I think, is don't be afraid to add more bushes around. Something like that, maybe some back here to help frame the waterfall going down. Watch for geometry floating. It's so hard to catch that stuff sometimes. So, and I'm not sure what that is. Is that snow? What is that? No, is it water? I think it's water. Right now it's placed on top of your surface, which is a little odd. Although I can understand that it needs to maintain that kind of low poly look. So maybe if you like modeled in like this. I'm like modeling modeled in something like that. That dips down. And then just putting a plane where the water would be. That way there's not added detail. Unless it's supposed to be snow. If it's supposed to be snow, then the colors of everything is just kind of not matching very much. Those are supposed to be puddles? Yeah, so... Yeah, definitely. So puddles will be flat, right? And if you really want them to come off as puddles, they need to be in the ground. But this is, I mean, the style of this is super cool. I would maybe take this rope and thicken it a bit. That way it's scene easier. Like it would fit the style of like the weight of everything in the scene more. Compositionally, it looks really good. Like I can tell that should be there. It's just how it's integrated into the terrain. Could use a little work. These are awesome. The little mushrooms. That's rad. In general, this looks really cool though. I like how the door is so small. And this is a nice touch, having that piece of wood broken there. I mean, in general, this looks pretty awesome. Just like all those adjustments I was talking about will push it further, I think. Okay, Chris Rasby is showing us something that's very difficult to explain. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm doing a volume-based alpha shader. So I take it you've got a cube. You have a sphere intersecting the cube, and wherever it intersects, you're getting this like edge highlight, and it's actually dynamic. So as you move it around, curious. I'd love the Sketchfab link. That'd be awesome. As you move the sphere around, it's kind of like consuming it like a black hole, like a negative volume. It's pretty cool. We got Galen posting some structural stuff. Oh yeah, okay. I see. Yeah, this definitely still needs, like, it needs something that helps explain how it's held up, and something will be much more for how much space this bottom piece here takes up. Something will be much more interesting if you can see like cross beams or something that are holding the I-beams up. These I-beams are awesome as well. I'm curious to see like maybe the light hitting these a bit more to emphasize the fact that there's I-beams under there. But yeah. Oh snap, Sketchfab. Sketchfab? Oh, Chris has a video too. Oh man, that's awesome. Look at that. I'll post this in chat too. That's super cool. Dude, the fact that, Chris, the fact that you're putting like a nice like edge on it is pretty slick. I would love to see your Vista scene and have that ship fly by and make shots at the camera. And as those shots hit objects, where the object gets hit by the beam, like say it hits a tree, you just see it go and just vaporizes from that point. It just spreads out. So this looks awesome. Let's full screen this. Yeah, I think making your rope would be wider would be nice. Oh, this is nice too. I didn't even notice the water on the top in the. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, see the back area is pretty interesting as well, huh? Yeah, just watch out for floating like this stuff here. This is pretty cool though. Awesome. Let's see what else we got here. That looks like that's it with you guys. We can go through a bit of the. Let's see here. Oh, Forceling. While we're here, you were asking for critiques on this, even though you're pretty much done with it. I'll go up to the GIF because the GIF's cool. Oops. We want to open image and a new tab. This is scaled up, so don't mind the resolution. This is really cool though, man. What is up, dude? How you doing, man? Yeah, Harry, you're welcome to drop your ArtStation in chat. So, this shot came out much better than it was before. I agree with the comments that were made about the graffiti and stuff. Let's go back and look at some of this stuff. Your brick turned out better than this is like where you ended up with your brick is the strongest that I saw of all of the iterations. The puddle here feels a little strange in shape still. And then I would think about adding stuff to the ground to help explain this big flat space. Like whether it be like a drain and then maybe some darkening that shows like where water tends to drain towards that stuff. Where water tends to drain towards the drainage. Or the drain hole, if you want to call it that. But in general, looks pretty good. The grime under the windows is strangely light. It might be better if that was a little darker. But overall, this came out pretty good. I'm happy that you were able to get the bricks to look the way they look in this final render. Let's look at this. Oh snap! Look at this guy. Yeah, you should be applying to us. What are you doing, man? Who is us? We are Massive Entertainment. Well, not we, but we work there. No problem, dude. It's cool seeing you make some more realistic stuff like that. Oh, thanks, Fear, for the link. It's cool to see you making more realistic stuff like that, Tobias, considering your ArtStation currently is full of a lot more stylized stuff. Can always broaden our spectrum of like what we're working on. Dude, you're awesome. This stuff's awesome. This stuff's great. I like the so when I see guns that look like this, I want to say that they're a bit more stylized. I think mainly because the bevels seem to be wider or broader on them, but it's so much more visually pleasing to look at. Like this gun looks sweet. Don't be afraid to push those bevels, right? Yeah, this looks awesome. This is very good. We got about 10 more minutes, FYI, guys. That coffee is super strong. Oh yeah, Chris posted a link. I didn't. Yes. Oh man. Oh, that's super cool, dude. That's super cool. Dude, this scene is, oh man. Feels good. The ship in the back is pretty badass as well. But your lighting needs to be rebuilt, Chris. Your lighting needs to be rebuilt. Follow. I've seen this image before. I was pretty happy to see this when I clicked the link. Awesome. Awesome detail. The texture wise, it kind of reminds me of like when you actually like paint your details on a physical mesh. And they did start adding larger images. Interesting. Oh man, thanks for the follow. It's Judd. Fatigue. And is it Avian Mantra? Thank you. Thank you. All right, Tobias. Check you later, man. Let's Oh, you're hosting me now, Jed? I'm like, oh, thanks a lot. So it's only larger images on the community page. Yeah, so that's pretty new, isn't it? Oh, look, Chris, your stuff's on stream. Oh, man. What do we got here? Student. We got a student in Canada modeling. You guys want to raid that person? We're getting close to the end of the stream. If you guys have not done it yet, you should totally follow his channel. We stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. Toltic, what's up, man? Also, if you're on the Discord, which is there, feel free to direct message me. And I'm going to need 10 guinea pigs that are working on art to direct message me on Discord. The idea is that next Monday will be the start of a channel inside of the Discord for 10 people to help me try something out. You got the ship warping in now? Oh my god, link it up. Link it up. I know exactly what you did with that shader now. Okay, so let's see here. I'll just bring it over here. So basically, we've got the Discord here, right? We've got off topic. Wow, there's a lot of new people in here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll have to say hi to all of you later. So we've got this Discord. What I'm going to do is you guys direct message me if you want to be part of the experiment for me critiquing your work. The idea is I will add a channel in here. The 10 people that message me will go into that channel, and only those 10. Starting next Monday for 2 weeks, I'm going to do videos that only you guys will receive, critiquing 5 people a day, minus the stream days. So you'll get an extra critique on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll do that next week and the week after. Just try and get an idea of like how much work that is for me to do. And after that, then I'll know how much I can handle. And if 10's okay, if I feel like I can take on more, we'll adjust accordingly. The idea comes from what I want to do with my Patreon. And I need to make sure that I can handle that without burning myself out while being able to work at work and come home and stream and have a life and do these things for you guys. But yeah. Oh, we got our first message. Anyways, cool guys. This music is queuing. I got 4 minutes, so I'm just going to chill here and chat with you guys. Just chillax. Apparently I got tweeted out by level 80, which is crazy. Anyways, I'll be reading chat here. Tell us more. Tell us more about the idea. So, I want to support you guys a bit more, but it's going to require more time from me, which can be that can be difficult. You want to try? Just Toltic, just direct message me. Make sure you have work though that you can. Tequila shots, you found me reading level 80? Dude, that's awesome. Well, thanks for taking the extra effort to go past the level 80 point and actually come in here. It means more than you know. Pretty awesome. So yeah, the idea is that I want to essentially run something, either the Patreon or something else, that gives you guys a way to support me, but allows me to scale my support to you guys. It's no worry, Russ. If you think that you'll have something during the week, then it would be worth it, because I need to get a gauge for like what 10 people in that pool feels like. Nice, Res. I do kind of know. Harry, may I ask something else? I have no studio experience at all. I feel like studios are really put off by this. Any advice to fix that? Advice to fix that? I would shotgun apply. Like, just apply to all the places. Already got your feedback on stuff? Sure. Toltic. So we do work and you wreck us. No. It'll be constructive. I promise it'll be constructive. But the idea is that whatever you guys post on that channel, whip-wise, you can also post in the work in progress channel. But know that if it's in the new channel that you're part of, you can essentially know that I'm going to look at it and then critique it in a video. We'll have to see how much is coming in. My idea is to maybe critique 5 people a night on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, whereas Tuesdays and Thursdays are your normal critique nights. Nighty, what's up? ZBrush work is totally okay. I will say, though, that I'm not really a character artist. Monster stuff, sure. I can say some basic stuff about it, but I'm not very good at character art. What's up, Gibby? How you doing, man? I would suggest it be environment art or props. Weapons would be cool, Gibby. Armor sets are pretty cool. As far as characters and creatures and anatomy checking, I'm not an anatomy person, so you might be disappointed. Be like, why is his chin muscle look so weird? It's like, oh, DiNusty. It's like, I could get past all your spelling errors, but chin muscle? Chin muscle? But I mean, we could try it out. We could see. What about substance? Substance, totally cool. The other thing maybe is like, dude, I know, Matt Johnson, dude, what the hell? Crazy, right? Crazy. You need help with veggie stuff? Working on some trees at the moment? Yeah, dude. That's perfect. Portfolio reviews can be in that bucket, Justin. At least for this testing period. Because I need to see how that all works out. No, that would be fine. Let us know if you need assistance. Of course, Sphere. Of course. Portfolio reviews. Ah! Is Massive accepting junior positions? I'm actually not sure right now. I mean, it does not hurt to apply. Just apply. If you think you can, if you think you've got what it takes, no, just apply. I'm a vegetarian for 25 years. I got you. That's my southern vegetarian accent. I like the cauliflower. Nice and white. It's like broccoli. Delicious. Junior level is someone that's just getting in the industry. Maybe they've had an internship. If you're really good, they might just skip the junior. Some studios do that. So it goes junior, intermediate, senior. No, junior, intermediate. Wait, oh man, now I'm like spacing. This coffee's really fucking strong. Let me tell you what. Intern, junior, intermediate, senior. Then there's one above senior, and I think there's one more. Become part of the DiNusty Legion. Ride into the sun. Alright guys, it is time. Let me see if we can raid someone. I kind of want to raid this person, but I don't know if a student's ready to be bombed by 76 people. I do know that when we go to a Twitch stream, if they're not ready, expert, yeah, there's lead, there's expert, there's associate director type stuff. Ubisoft does a pretty good job of scaling according to your skill, I think. Happening now. All right, 3D goods going on here. We got you. I don't know any of these people. Sing New, I know. All right, let's raid Sing. Well, what's he working on? What's happening here? Let's see what's happening here. Oh man, he's even got a sub button. Who is this? No. All right. All right, guys. It was a pleasure. Yeah, Chris is right. Don't worry about the titles. Just call yourself what you are, and they will judge your quality, right? And they will put the title on you as they see fit. I make it sound like it's something horrible. All right, guys, we're gonna raid this fool. Oh, I really like this song too. All right, it's been a pleasure, guys. Look at this building stuff. I'll check you guys later. We're gonna raid this dude. Hope all is well. Have a good evening, guys. Hey, Knight. I think you're crazy. Nighty, feel free to message me on the on Discord. We can chat there. Cheers. Don't forget to raid his chat. Go crazy.